Welcome back to TCM. I'm Dave Karger. Up next, we're winding down our 100th birthday tribute to the wonderful Dick Van Dyke with a musical fantasy from 1968. Released by United Artists, it's Chitty, Chitty, Bang, Bang. Van Dyke stars as an eccentric inventor who fixes up an old racing car at the request of his two children. They decide to name the car Chitty, Chitty, Bang, Bang, and then discover that it has magical properties, including the ability to fly, which leads them on a memorable adventure. The film was adapted from a children's novel by Ian Fleming, who's better known as the creator of James Bond. To co-write the screenplay, a more established children's author was brought on board, Roald Dahl, who wrote James and the Giant Peach and Charlie and the Chocolate Factory. In many ways, Chitty Chitty Bang Bang was designed to try to recapture the success of another musical fantasy that had been a huge hit for Disney 4 years earlier, Mary Poppins. The studio hired the same songwriting team, Richard and Robert Sherman, who won 2 Oscars for Mary Poppins for Best Original Score and Song. They wrote 12 new songs for Chitty Chitty Bang Bang, and the title number earned them another Oscar nomination. Of course, another key element connecting both films was Dick Van Dyke, who was enjoying a particularly successful run in the mid-1960s. The decade began with a Tony Award for his role in the original Broadway production of Bye Bye Birdie. He then made his film debut reprising that role in 1963 and followed it up a year later with his performance as Bert in Mary Poppins. From 1961 to 1966, he also starred on the wildly popular TV sitcom The Dick Van Dyke Show, which earned him 3 consecutive Emmy Awards for Best Lead Actor in a Comedy Series. He capped off the decade with the performance that you're about to see. From 1968, co-starring Sally Ann Howes and directed by Ken Hughes, Chitty Chitty Bang Bang. After Chitty Chitty Bang Bang, Dick Van Dyke made only 2 more movies in the 1960s, including The Comic, a poignant tribute to the silent screen comedians who had been an inspiration to him early on in his career. In the 1970s, he began to slow down his work in Hollywood films and focus more on television. But he continued to make movies periodically, including a recent appearance in the 2018 Mary Poppins sequel, Mary Poppins Returns. Even more recently, in 2023, he made his soap opera debut on Days of Our Lives, and his performance won him a Daytime Emmy for Outstanding Guest Performer. At 98 years old, he became the oldest Daytime Emmy winner in history, a record that was surpassed 2 months ago by 99-year-old Sir David Attenborough for narrating the Netflix documentary Secret Lives of Orangutans. Over the course of Dick Van Dyke's extraordinary career, he has won a total of 6 Emmys, as well as a Grammy Award and a Tony. He received the Screen Actors Guild Life Achievement Award in 2013, Kennedy Center Honors in 2020, and in 1998, he was named a Disney legend. Once again, from all of us here at TCM, happy 100th birthday, Dick Van Dyke. And now up next is the 6th and final episode in the documentary series, The Power of Film. Don't go away.
Next on TCM, The Power of Film Part 6. Then, Killer's Kiss. And later, The Harder They Fall. TCM's A Bed of Rosies tonight.